Assalamualaikum. Hey y'all, welcome back. So here this session is actually for English Form 1 with me, Miss Anis. So if this is your first class ever, welcome. And if this is your how many weeks already? 9 weeks already with us eTuisyen online. Welcome back and thank you so much kerana masih lagi bersama dengan eTuisyen online. And then untuk belajar pada malam ini, untuk kelas ni adalah English Form 1 KSSM with me, Miss Anis. Okay, so macam biasa kita akan go through checklist and also ataupun cakap housekeeping to ensure your session moves smoothly, tak ada apa problem, and then hopefully tak ada technical error with me. Kadang-kadang ada juga masalah juga because we can't control. But so that's what we're gonna do, a few 1-2 minutes, and then later I will share with you word of the week. So I've started this last week untuk tolong kau tambah lagi vocab, because the more words you know, the easier for you to create, to produce so many wonderful sentences, because the more you know, the easier it is. Okay, so let's go through the checklist. Make sure your battery is fully charged. Kalau phone, laptop, notebook korang battery tinggal 20%, pergi ambil charger, tolong charge sekarang, kalau tidak nanti kan kaput. Alright, so that's the first one. Second one, resolution. Naikkan kepada 1080 ataupun 720. But if your internet sakit, I do understand. You can listen to me first, and then later when your internet is better, you can replay this video with a higher definition so that you are able to see whatever that I'm gonna write on the board later. And then the third one is brightness. Tolong naikkan, make it bright so that your eyes doesn't macam rosak. Macam penat tau sebenarnya kalau tengok dalam gelap ke ataupun tak cerah, because it will affect your eyes. And then the last one, if this is your first class, we have social media like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and also Twitter, where we post contents, knowledge, quizzes, and other updates so that you are able to get more information, especially not only on education, for our events ataupun apa-apa yang kita orang share. Okay, and then apa lagi I nak? I think that's it. That's about it. Now, if you have buku nota or papers, do take note. And if you have any question, do ask in the live chat below. All right. So now that's done. Let's go through the word of the week. The reason why I put the week, because this is a weekly class. Okay, you only have a class with me once a week. Okay, all right. So that's why I'm like, one week. So when we go through word of the week, this is what I would use. Ta-da! Dictionary. Okay, in my class, when you learn English with me, dictionary is your best friend. Okay, memang nampak macam no, miss baca kamus lah. Hello, when you learn, when you read your dictionary and you baca dictionary ni kan, you are able at least to learn more than thousands of words, okay? Alright, okay? Because how to really increase or improve your vocabularies, dictionary is one of the ways. Boring lah miss, nak buat macam mana? Okay? Anything that is good memang susah nak buat. But at least one step in a time. Okay, try. Sikit-sikit, lama-lama jadi bukit. Ambil kau, aku pakai bahasa Melayu pula kat sini. I don't remember what's the idioms for English. I need to find that. Okay, alright. So, word of the week for you. Haha. What I wanted to use is this one. Fail. Fail. Alah miss, perkataan fail. Senang, memang selalu nampak lah. You tahu tak, ada dua makna. Okay, so it's simple. Fail. Alright, this word is very simple, but got two meanings to it. Okay, two ways to use it. So this is the first fail, and then I have the second fail. Okay, so this fail, how do how do you, okay, so when you learn how to use dictionary with me, I also gonna show you how they write the pronunciation. It's not a different language or anything, but the way they write it, this, dan nanti Miss akan tulis, this is to show you how you pronounce it. Now, in Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, right, especially PT3, you are not only tested for your reading skill, because this is the paper 1, paper 2, right? You're not, wait, not paper 1, paper 2, I think paper 1, okay, never mind. But you're not only going to be tested on your paper, on your reading, or your writing, you also tested in the way you speak and also listening. Okay, so if you know how to pronounce the word, okay, you know how to say it right, then you will get marks for it, you get points, the right points for it. And if say you need to listen to an audio test, you know how is it being pronounced, so that you are able, so with this, you are able to understand what the audio test is all about. Okay, so that's why the reason not only to know how to read it, but you know how to pronounce it and how is it being pronounced and spell it, you can ace your test. Not only in the reading or writing, in the audio, in the speaking and listening as well. Okay, so this is not only gonna add your vocab, this is also gonna help you how to pronounce it, how to say it, and also how to spell it. Okay, all right. So here, this fail. This one is a the noun or verb first? No, sorry, verb first. Okay, this is a verb. So in dictionary, there's this symbol V, and then there's this one, another one. The second one is a noun, and then there's also adj ataupun adjectives, and then there's also another one adv, that's adverb. There's a few others as well, but these are the popular ones. Okay. So this first one, yang fail verb ni. Oh, how do you pronounce it? Fail. Okay, so this is the the characters on how you pronounce it. One day I'm gonna teach you how to how to read dictionary. You know what? I'll try to make a video how to read dictionary. That's a good one. Okay, so here the first one, the fail verb. Now actually there's like 12 ways on how to use this verb. But I'll show you one first today. And then probably in the future, we will bound and then see this word again. I'll share you the other ways on how to use this word. Okay, there's multiple ways to use it. But let me share you one so that we have, at least we get started with one. Okay? Alright, so this fail, makna dia, how do you describe this word in English, right? Fail ni, dalam ni adalah, fail apa gagal. Okay, so here fail is gagala in Malay. What does it mean, right? And how do you explain it? To not succeed in achieving something. Okay, so here what it means, right? If you have a goal or you target something and then you aren't able to achieve it, that means you failed. Okay, so how do you use this in a sentence, right? Doctors fail to save the girl's life. Okay, so here, doctors fail to save the girl's life. Doktor tu gagal nak selamatkan hidup budak perempuan tu. Okay, so here fail here means gagal. Alright, so that's the first one. Second one, this noun. Okay, so the second one yang fail ni, maksudnya if you fail, you always fail. Macam mana nak terangkan the situation, you always that action that you have failed, and then you will never recover from it. Okay. So this is what this second means. So here, what it means, right? Another way to say it is also grade yang fail tu. Okay, so kalau you fail dalam satu test and then you get F kan, so that's also the description of this word. Now, there's two ways to do it. So which one should I use? Kejap. Team visit every day with a fail. Use something to verify me that they must do something. Because there's two ways. I think we should go with the grade one because that is what we usually see. Now, this one, an unsuccessful result in a test or examination. Okay, so actually there's two ways, but I feel like I should share this one because this is what you always see. Well, not always see or always get. What I mean is you always know it's there. Okay, not I'm not saying that you're gonna fail or anything. No. But this is there, which I hope you never get it. Okay, because I know you guys work hard. Please work hard. Please work smart as well. Okay, don't be lazy. Please do the work. Okay, how do you use it in a sentence? Oops. Sorry. How do you use it in a sentence? I got a fail in the history test. Okay, so other than saying I failed my test, okay, if you say I failed my test, so that means that you're using the verb here, but I got a fail in my test, you're using the noun one. Okay, so depending on how you use it, FYI, there's two ways of using the word fail. Okay, so we're done with the word of the week. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you tonight, what we're gonna cover. Sorry, that's why So what I'm gonna cover with you tonight is adjectives. Okay, so how usually when I say about adjectives, right? When we learn about adjectives, macam mana Miss nak explain kan adjective ni is actually how do you put flavor to your sentences, okay? When you try to make your your sentences interesting ataupun story be interesting, you will put adjectives in it. Because contohlah, you masak kan, tak ada gula, garam, memanglah boring, right? So, ada macam, blandnya. So you need to put all these spices or these tastes, right? Similar to sentences. When you put what's it called? Adjectives, you make it more flavorful or interesting. So, and then adjectives, you use it, okay? Adjectives, you use it to describe your nouns and pronouns. So, adjectives. Okay, so what you do is, what you use this for is, you describe your nouns and pronouns. Okay? So, and then usually when we use adjective, normally we place this word in front. Not in front, before the nouns. Okay, so example lah. If we write it in a sentence, right, you put adjectives first and then the noun or pronouns. Normally, because if you put at the like after and then you put ly, the ending of that word, it will become adverbs. Okay, usually lah. All right. So here, when you try to describe your pronouns, try to describe your nouns, this is actually adjectives. If you try to describe your verb, okay, if you try to describe a verb or adjective, but mostly verb, that's actually adverb. Okay, so this is where you need to be careful. Where we're trying to do here, we try to describe ataupun cerita tentang nouns and pronouns. Okay, now I'm not gonna go really in detail the groups of the adjectives. Tu mungkin kita akan buat hari lain. What I'm gonna go through with you is, say for example, this is where I'm gonna test my lukis skill tonight. Okay, say for example, ada satu kotak A, satu kotak B, size dia sama. And then ada satu lagi kotak. Okay, sorry, kotak B, kotak C, yang ni size dia 3 cm. And I got another bigger one. Kotak D. Dah macam maths dah pula. Sorry, yang ni buat 8 lah. 8 cm. Okay, dah dapat macam matematik lah pula. Tiba-tiba masuk kelas matematik. No. This is still English, ah. So, say for example, I got 4 different boxes here. Okay? A dengan B sama size. Okay? So, here, alright, this both adalah big. This is A is as big as B. Okay? Now, C, this is bigger. And then D, biggest. Now, kalau korang perasan, apa yang Miss dah buat is, what I did was, I try to compare them. Okay, so bayangkan I ada 4 kotak and I compare the sizes of them. So, in adjectives, not only you try to describe your nouns or pronoun, you can also use your adjectives to compare your pronouns or nouns. Okay, alright. So, here, in this case, right, how do I describe A and B? How do I compare A dengan B, right? So here, say for example, A and B are equally big. Or I can say A is as big as B. Okay? So this is one way on how you try to compare one box, one noun to another noun. So here, as big as. Or you can say are equally big. That's another way on how to compare them. Now, let's try to compare C dengan A and B. So here, C is bigger. Okay, nampak tak? Size dia 3 cm, lagi besar daripada A dengan B. So here, notice here, C is bigger than A and B. Because C here it has 3 cm size, okay? And then A and B 1 cm. So this is bigger. When you try to compare, right, bigger than, so you here, what you do is you add this word than. You try to compare C dengan than, and also the big word you tambah ER. So bigger. Okay, so this is another way to write something. If you try to compare something is another level, the next degree, you would use big, like you tambah ER and then that. Okay, say for example, I compare D with all of them. Okay, D, C, apa compares D, C, D dengan A and B. Okay, so here, D is the biggest of all. Okay, so antara empat-empat ni yang paling besar. Dah tak ada ruang nak tulis. Okay, so here, D, kalau compare to all 4 of them, D is the biggest of all. Okay, so here, the biggest of all. Nampak tak? I tambah the and I also tambah of. Okay, now, this comparison, right, what I did was I had 3 different degree of comparison. Maksudnya, mula-mula I compare between A dengan B. And then I compare C dengan A dengan B. And then I compare D with all of them. Okay? So, nampak tak? Ada 3 degree ataupun 3 level. Now, tiap-tiap level ni ada nama dia. Nama yang pertama, bila something is equal. bila something is equal, bila as big as, sama size, okay, sama bilangan, sama cantik, sama pandai, okay, kalau korang nanti bila nak tukar adjective yang lain, right? So here, the degree of comparison, we call it positive. Okay, so maksudnya dia sama. Kalau yang macam C ni lagi besar, okay, dia lagi besar daripada A dengan B, okay, bila kita compare, bila lagi besar, bila compare 2 atau 3 things and then dia lagi besar, okay, bigger than, this one we would say comparative because I try to compare. Now, last kali I compare D dengan semuanya, okay, and dia yang paling besar. Dia yang yang paling besar lah, ataupun mungkin dia yang paling kecil antara 4. Okay, either way lah. Ada 2 ways to do this. Okay, but here because dia yang paling macam paling tenang, paling macam saya cakap dia paling dia sorang-sorang dia je. Okay, so here what we call is, the last one is superlative. Make count paling besar. Okay, paling how do you say this? How to say this superlative ni? Dia yang paling, dia sorang-sorang dia je. The most, dia yang the highest degree. Okay, that's how I say it. Okay, so now ini satu contoh. Ada lagi 2 cara untuk compare adjectives ni. Okay, alamak tak ada ruang. Okay, so let me write it here first. Okay, so now I'm gonna test my drawing skill again. Okay, so here imagine wow, besarnya. Never mind, kejap. What I'm trying to draw, hopefully you can understand what it is. Okay, what I try to draw is actually 3 different watches. Don't know how does it look like to you, but FYI that's watches. Okay, now yang ni harga dia, alright, ni harga dia $10. Ni harga dia $100. Yang ni harga dia $10,000. So itu mungkin Rolex lah kot. Okay, yang ni $10 apa Cikai punya lah, pasar malam punya. Yang ni $100 ni mungkin Casio lah kot. And then this one Rolex punya, ataupun TAHAP. I don't know how to say it actually. Never mind. Yeah, itu mahal. Okay, so different prices. Okay, so macam ni cakap tadi, so this is the first way on how you compare it, ataupun macam mana bentuk dia. So as big as, bigger than, and the biggest of. Now, here, this is prices and how you compare them. Okay, so here, so how you compare this one? Okay, so here it's kind of expensive for those who don't. FYI, $10 in US means what? Almost 50 ringgit. Mahal juga. Oh, ringgit. Okay, so this is expensive, and here more expensive than, and here is the most expensive. R3. Okay, so here, bayangkan ada 3 ni kan. So if I were to compare, so here if I were to compare, so contohlah I ada satu lagi jam yang berharga $10. Bayangkanlah. So if I were to compare between them, despite they have different brand, okay, tapi harga dia sama, I can say that contohlah ada satu watch ni and this watch as like equally expensive or as expensive as the other watch. Now, here this watch yang $100 ni more expensive than this $10 one. Now, if you notice, kalau dekat sini bigger than, kalau kita ikut the same form, patutnya expensiver than. That's wrong. Okay? Some of the words, you are not to be just simple suka-suka hati je tambah ER. Okay? You need to use more. Okay? Now, here, if I were to put it in the, okay, so nampak tak? More expensive than. Okay, so you add this word more. Ataupun ada some, okay, that will be one more. Nanti Abang misalkan lukis. Yang tu lain sikit dia punya form dia. Okay, this one, out of the three, ni yang paling mahal sebab dia 10,000. Now here, kalau ikutkan cara ni, ES right, the biggest, I cannot say the expensivest. Okay, itu salah. So here, what you add is perkataan most. The most. Okay, the most expensive of out of the three. Okay, so here, cara comparison dia, degree dia still sama, positive, comparative and superlative. But instead of you use macam apa nama, yang SPS dia sama bila positif, tapi bila dekat bahagian comparative, this level, you don't use bigger than, you don't use ER. Okay, you need to add more, perkataan more. And then the last one yang paling higher degree dekat superlative, here you add perkataan most. Okay, so this is the second form. Now, let me test my drawing skill again. Okay, say for example, I got 3 different glasses here. So here got this much of water, here got this much of water, and here got this much of water. Okay, so here is less, okay, not less, little water. This one got lesser, less than, and then this is the least. Now, say for example, I got 3 glasses of water. Okay, 3 glasses of water. Okay, so here I'm trying to compare the amount of water. Ni nampak macam lebih kurang sama. Bawakan lagi. Yikes. Ni kurang sikit. Okay. Okay. So here got little amount of water in it. Okay, and this one got less water than compared to the first one. And this has the least amount of the water. Okay, now, nampak tak? There's a third way on how to compare them. Here, as big as, bigger than, and then at the biggest of all. So this nampak tak? The formula dekat situ. This one, you tambah perkataan more ataupun guna perkataan most. This one, you tukar terus perkataan dia. Little, less, and the least of. Okay, so here, this is where there's 3 ways for you to compare your adjectives. How, like the form of the words, the form of the adjective that you can use to compare your nouns and pronouns. Okay, so here, so bila nampak tak ada macam kita belajar tenses kan kita belajar minggu lepas kita belajar tenses yang Miss ada bagi korang table untuk tulis the verbs in simple past punya version, past participle punya version, macam mana bentuk dia dalam ES ataupun IES yang tu present punya, macam mana bentuk dia dalam bentuk present participle. So that thing kan untuk tenses, adjectives you will need to prepare it in terms of untuk positive, comparative dengan superlative punya comparison. Okay, so because other words when you try to compare it, dia punya the next level ataupun the next degree of comparison, tukar dia punya perkataan. Jangan risau, Miss akan buat a big table with you, and then bila ada masa, kita akan jumpa lagi, kita akan tambah so that you have enough words, enough vocab that you know how to compare things correctly. Okay, so here, yang ni nak beritahu tadi, yang ni bila dia dalam bentuk comparative, and this is the superlative, and this is the positive. Okay, superlative, comparative, and positive. Now, Another thing is, another way to say yang ni kan, yang macam little less than list of ni, dia tukar sikit dia punya bentuk ni kan. So here what we call them irregular form. Diorang ni lain macam sikit. Okay, and then there's a few words that is like this. Macam past participle kan ada irregular verb. Okay, this one we will call it irregular comparison. Okay, there's this number of words dalam English. Can't explain to you right now the reason why diorang suka hati nak menyusahkan hidup orang tambah irregular ni, but to make it proper and because of the history behind it, there's a reason why it's like existed lah. Okay, that's another way, another time lah kita akan belajar the history of the words. Itu mungkin some other time. Okay, so when we talk about comparative, ada positive, comparative and superlative. Jom kita buat sikit exercise. I have, let me see, how much time I have? Because I plan to do with you dalam 20 soalan. Because I want to make sure you understand. Okay, macam mana nak compare ni. Now, because, okay, thank you admin. I got not me. Let's cover as much as we can. And then, if you have any question that you need to clarify with me, do put it in the live chat, or you can find me or other tutors that can help you with English in the Ask Tutor. Okay, so let's go through the exercise. And then the first one, as I mentioned just now, let's create the table. And then from there, you can use it and continue and add more and more of this positive, comparative, and also superlative comparison of adjectives. Because nanti, bila dah tahu compare adjective, you akan belajar macam mana nak compare adverb pula. Tapi itu cerita lain. Okay, so sekarang ni kita buat is kita nak compare your adjectives. Okay, so table apa yang Miss cakap ni, bentuk dia macam ni. Positive, compare. Alhamdulillah. Comparative, and then superlative. Okay, so try to prepare one table other than you have your table of table of verbs. Now you have comparison punya. List of comparison. So this is what we call list of comparison. Okay, let me give you some example, and I'll put some, and I'll give you some moment to think about it, and then I'll give you the answers, and then I'll leave some for blanks. That's where you need to find my answer dekat dalam eTuisyen.my. I'll post it later. Okay, and then I'll give you some other examples that we will go through if we have time. Okay, so here, let me give you a few examples. Let me give you 5. The first 5, and then I'll give you... How many should I give you? Kalau sempat 10, I'll try to figure out. Homework from you. Alright, so here, we have as black as. So here, the comparison is blacker than, and then the blackest of. Okay, let me see here another one. As heavy as, and then heavier than, and the heaviest of. Okay, so that's the first 2, and then what I wanted to add more is as foolish as, and then as bad as good as foolish as, more foolish than. Here is the most foolish. Oh, Alhamdulillah. Sorry ya, dekat sini macam sejuk sikit. So Miss macam ya Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, as bad as, worse than, and then the worst. Okay, last one. Better than. Now this one is the plus. Okay, so I'm giving you the first part here. So as you can see here, black, bila dia positive, dia bentuk black, and then when you try to compare it with another thing, and then it's not the same level, when you try to compare, you add ER here. Okay, ER. And then for superlative, you tambah ES dengan the. Okay, the blackest. Okay. Alright. So the second one is heavy. Heavy is also the same one as the top one, blacker. Tapi tambah ER. Tapi you buang Y lah. Tukar ejaan dia jadi IER. Okay. IER here. And then you tambah IEST here. How do you change the spelling? Now second one here, foolish. Okay, foolish. Tak ada foolisher. Nah, so here how do you compare when someone is being more foolish than the other person? So here you would add perkataan more. Macam tadi kita ada more expensive, right? More expensive. So here more foolish. And then here you use when the comparison, bila dekat comparative dia guna more. When you try to superlative compare it with among the all, macam compare dengan semua benda. So here you would use the most foolish, the most, perkataan the most. And then as bad as. Okay, bad ni ini yang irregular punya comparison. So irregular punya comparison, you tukar terus perkataan dia. So bad, bila dia dekat comparative, the word for comparative for bad is worse. And then like me, my nose is getting worse here. Oh my god, worse, salah, worse than. Oh, it was there just now. It's getting itchy. Sorry. Okay, so here the last one, when you if it's the worst condition ever, so it will be the worst. Okay, nampak tak? So ni irregular comparison. You tukar terus dia punya ejaan. Here macam juga untuk good, better, and best. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a few more words. Try to find this on your own time. I'll post the answer probably by tomorrow or in 2 days in the eTuisyen.my. So that you have the answer for it. I want you to try to on your own first, and then if you have difficulty, I guess you have to wait for 2 days to get the answer lah. Okay, I'll post it in the eTuisyen.my. Okay. Okay, the words are pretty, fast, lazy, oh my god, my nose. Lazy, wet, useful, dangerous, many. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cukup lah kot. Okay, 7 words. Try to find on your own time, okay, the comparative and also superlative of those words, okay, and then I'll share with you the answer in 2 days. So try on your own time, try to compare them, okay, try to put them in the comparative punya degree and also to put them in the superlative degree, and then check your answer with me in 2-3 days. I'll post it, okay. Alright, so that's for the list of comparison. Now let's go through a few examples here that I have, and then we end the day. Okay. Now, give me a few minutes to write the question and we go through it together. Oh, my nose, it's so itchy. Oh yeah. Okay. Achoo! Achoo! Oh yeah. Baiklah tak ada kelas dengan korang sekarang ni. It's online so that you are not being affected by me. Okay, so today is So what you need to do is I'm going to give you two options. I'm going to give you two options in the answer, and then try to pick which one suits the sentence. Okay? So here. Oh my God! She is. Okay, because I only got 2 more minutes. Let's cover 3 of this and then we'll be done for the day. Now, so the first one. Today is blank. Not blank. Either hotter or hottest than yesterday. Okay, so if we remember just now, so the 3 form of you to compare something, either you add er and then ataupun dia superlative dia est, right? Then the other form is you use the word more or most, and then the last one is you tukar terus dia punya ejaan dia. So in this case, because we see this word, when we see this word, it's the comparative punya, which is this. If you see then, it's usually asking you the comparative. Then for here, hotter and hottest, so here is the comparative. So this is your answer, the first one. Hottest is superlative. Okay, so here is comparative. And this is the superlative. Okay, the second one. She is the prettiest of the 3 girls. Now, what happened here? This lady, she is being compared with all the 3 girls. Okay, so and then another thing is what you can find to locate here. If you see the, okay, you see the, usually it is the superlative. Okay, superlative version. So meaning here, so prettier and prettiest. Which one is the superlative? Is this one, prettiest. Okay, bila ada IEST ataupun EST dekat belakang, this is the superlative. So here is your answer. This one is comparative. Okay, now the last one. Sorry, ini kejap. My watch is as good, better as yours. Now, bila kita nampak perkataan as ni, this is actually the positive punya comparative. Maksudnya dia sama, equal. Okay, so bila dia equal, you don't need to, you need to use the positive punya list of comparison. Okay, so here, good is the positive. So this will be your example. Better is comparative. Okay, tengok balik. Good, better. Okay, so that's I have for you for comparison of adjectives. So that's what we did today. Other than learning the adjective, like what does it mean by using adjective, what you've learned with me today is actually how to compare the adjectives that you use to describe your nouns and pronouns. And also, you also learn with me the word of the week, which is FAIL, fail. Okay, there's 2 ways of use. Now, there's multiple ways, but you learn from me how to use it into different sentences. Okay, so that's what I have with you today. Next time, I think we're gonna learn about adverbs. So see you when I see you. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.